Greetings to everyone. So now we are going to deal with another resource, natural resource, that is mineral resources. So mineral resources are obtained in the Earth's crust. Okay? So minerals are naturally occurring in organic crystalline solids having definite chemical composition and characteristic physical properties. So minerals have both physical as well as chemical properties, and they are inorganic in nature and they are crystalline solids. Okay. So these minerals are formed over a period of millions of years in the Earth's crust. So as I told you, there are also fossils. Then, how we are using these minerals and what are its exploitations? So the main uses of minerals are development of industrial plants and machinery, there is generation of energy, example coal, lignite, uranium. Okay, then we have the use of minerals in our construction, housings, settlements, etc. Right? See, in constructions we use lead, steel, etc., PVC pipes, everything. Right? So defense equipments, weapons, and armaments. All these we use the minerals in it. Then for transportation means, then for communication, telephone wires, cables, electronic devices, medicinal system, particularly in Ayurvedic medicine. Okay. Then formation of alloys for various purposes. Okay. Then in agricultures as fertilizers, seed dressings, and fungicides. Okay. Examples you have Zyme containing zinc, Manab containing manganese, etc. And then jewelry. So this is our favorite ones. So jewelry, we have gold, silver, platinum, diamond, isn't it? So we use it every day, right? Isn't it? So based on their properties, minerals are classified into non-metallic and metallic. So non-metallic minerals, examples are graphite, diamond, quartz, feldspar. Metallic minerals, examples bauxite, laterite, hematite, etc. Now coming to the impacts of mineral extraction and its use. So how minerals are extracted by mining purpose, right? So they are used for mining, right? So the issue related to limits of mineral resources in our Earth's crust in the ocean is not so significant. Okay. So it's not as significant as floods, droughts, and dams. Okay, because we don't think of it at all, right? So it is mainly due to processing of minerals during mining and smelting process. So India is the producer of 84 minerals, which costs about 50,000 crores of rupees. And six major mines need attention where each are known for causing severe problems. Right? So then impacts of mining. So mining is done to extract the minerals. Okay? So from the deep deposits in soil by using subsurface mining or from shallow deposits by surface mining. So the former method is more destructive, dangerous, and expensive, includes risks, occupational hazards, and accidents also. Right? So surface mining and subsurface mining. So surface mining includes open pit mining, dredging, and strip mining. So this I will show you in the diagrams. These are the open pit mining. Okay, see how dangerous it is. Dredging with the help of machines, and then strip mining. So one must be very careful while doing this surface mining. Then the environmental damage is caused by mining activities, that is devegetation and defacing of landscape, then subsidence of land, groundwater contamination, surface water pollution, air pollution, health hazards. All these are impacts of mining, that is mineral extractions. Then what are the remedial measures which we can take? So the low-grade ores can be better utilized by using microbial leaching technique. So this biological method is helpful from economic as well as environmental point of view. And restoration of mined areas by revegetating them. So we can revegetate them by planting trees. Then there are case studies. So I will be giving you as a assignment or better to study about the mining in Sariska Tiger Reserve in Aravallis. And you have another in that is mining and quarrying in Udaipur. So these two are the case studies which you are going to study. So this is about our mineral resources. Thank you.